Hi, my name is Claudia, and I'm sharing my testimony with the YouTube viewers and anyone who wants to know about if there is a heaven or a hell. And I had a near-death experience about 2 years ago with my daughter, Sophia. When I had her, um, I had an amniotic embolism, and that is a very rare case that people have when they're giving birth. Most of the people die. It's a very rare case, and the people who do survive stay in a vegetable state. So here we go with my testimony. So it was January 25th, 2014, when I had my near-death experience. I was in the hospital about to give birth to my daughter Sophia. My mom and my husband were in the room, and I started to cough. And my mom's like, "Why are you coughing?" And then I said, there was nothing to make me cough or anything, so it was a little weird. And then I told my mom I can't breathe. And when I told Mama I can't breathe to my husband to call the doctor came in and had already fainted. So the amniotic embolism is like the amniotic fluid where the baby is in the stomach. That fluid went into my lungs, so it's like if I had drowned into a pool. And it's that the amniotic fluid is so like poison into your veins that if you have a little cut, you're like bleed to death, from what I've researched. And when I had my daughter, I fainted, and the doctors came in. They didn't know what was going on. They were trying to figure out what was going on. And in the midst of all that, I was I was practically gone. They took my daughter out. They started pushing her out of my stomach, and they got her out. They attended her. Then they told my husband and my mom to get out of the delivery room. And the doctors, after they took my daughter out, I just started bleeding like all over like the room. There was so much blood. It's like you had poured gallons of blood all over the hospital bed. Even a doctor slipped and fell on the blood, and she got full of it and everything, and it was really bad. The doctors didn't know since it's a very rare case, not all doctors know. So thank God there was a doctor who did know that about this case, and rapidly she started to, oh, let's do this and that. And after that happened, I was gone. I had bled to death, so I was in heaven already. I was waiting in the gates of heaven, and I was waiting in a line on my right side, or my left side. There was three demons. They were dressed like women, and they were telling me I was already in heaven. I was already in heaven. I could see the gates. It was a big hall. It didn't have ends on either side, and these two demons were not still in heaven, but they were telling me, "Come, come," and they started to get more aggressive. Come, and they started to, and I kept waiting in line. There was a man in front of me, and that man stepped up to God, and God is like 50 stories high. He's like huge. He's sitting on his throne and has his hands like this. You can't see his face. It's like looking at the sun. And when the guy that was in front of me, I believe it was a male, when he got up to God, God told him that he wasn't going to enter into heaven. So he went into a dark place. When it was my turn, I stepped up, and God said, "Not yet." And he went like this, "Not yet." And God talks through your mind. He doesn't talk through voice. So it was so clear and different. It's like here on earth it's a dream, in heaven is reality. Everything's perfect. The air, the temperature, everything, the love, everything is so incredible. Now I had died, and the doctors were trying to resurrect me. They put the life things, I don't know what they're called, and I could see God showed me that there was a demon trying to attack my parents, my family, my husband, and they didn't know what was going on. So the demon tries to attack all the time. And in that storm, he was trying to attack my family. And I saw my two angels, and they were like 15 stories. I mean, not 15 stories, but 15 feet tall. And they were dressed in white, and they had this, the spears, or I don't know, the whole armor and everything. And they would just lift one hand, and that demon would shrivel on the floor like a snake. And so, anyways, back on Earth. um, after God told me not yet, I started to have vital signs that I was coming back to life. And my mom, she was kind of a believer, not really. My dad was an atheist, and my mom started saying, "No, I can't let my daughter die." And my dad said, "Doctors, can you do anything?" He's like, "Well, do you believe in miracles?" My dad's like, "Yeah." Or, "Do you believe in God?" My dad's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, then pray for her because we've done everything. We can't do anything else for her." So I started to have those vital signs. Mom started praying. The room got filled with the Holy Spirit. And the doctor says, "Okay, well, it looks like she's coming back. Okay, give her 30 bags of blood." And they're like, after my husband said, "Well, 30 bags of blood," and we saw the blood, and they gave me over 140 bags of blood. And I'm here, a living testimony to share with everyone that God does exist. There is a heaven and there is a God. So that's my testimony for everyone out there, and I'm a living miracle here with 140 bags of blood of different people. So yeah.
Okay. And for those of you wondering, I was there, so she knew. I was the one that saw all that blood and all those little details she was mentioning that she couldn't see when she was gone. It was me who told her how things were working out. But okay, that's it. God bless.